Hey, welcome in everyone. How are we all? You might be able to tell from my voice, I'm recovering from a disgusting cold over the weekend. So if I sound a bit grotty and grim, yeah, that's why. I'm recovering from a cold. But I have suck sweets and some hot ginger, so I think we're gonna be fine. Although I did lose my voice earlier this morning, so we'll see how it goes. It might end up, like, by the end of the hour or something, maybe my voice goes. Oops. We'll find out. So, as you guys know, we have our third Kickstarter heading our way. It's 5 weeks' time, so, oh yeah, I need to get my ass in gear. And what I thought is, so I'm visiting the factory on Wednesday. And the idea for the factory visit is, A, to see how the wall tool is going, to meet and greet, to, like, see around all the premises, to check everything out, you know, chat with folks. And also, I thought I'd basically go, here are my plans. How much does it cost? So the idea is I've already talked to them about some of the terrain pieces I'd like to make, but I thought what I'd do is actually ask you guys what terrain pieces you'd like me to make. And as usual, so the survey went out this morning, and we've had some replies back, and I'll be getting some more replies, I'm sure, overnight while I'm asleep, and some more tomorrow. But so far, it's already looking like... So some of the terrain pieces that I was like, oh yeah, that's like top of my list. And it's like, I don't know, midway down the ranking. Hey, Vit, welcome in. How are you doing? Some hilarious puns also. Oh, really? Ooh, you were setting up a cuckoo clock? That's awesome. Hey... How are you doing? And how are you, Ads? How has life been? Some hilarious puns. And I've completely missed what they are. Hang on, I'm just going to mute the mic while I have a nice coughing fit. 2 seconds. Sorry. Currently between jobs. As in currently right now, which is why you're watching the stream, or just like in general? Because you tend to have like 8 or 12 jobs on the go, right? I'm eating, so a little lurky. Fair enough. Gotcha. Well, hopefully it's some time to relax. Well, main jobs. Aha. I thought you'd have another 5 or 6 on the back burner. So, yes, the idea is that we'll get to only a week's gap. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. That's, yeah. You could kind of relax almost. So Wednesday, seeing the manufacturer, and I've sort of had some ideas. I'm gonna show them basically the outcome of this meeting and like what we're doing now. I guess this is a meeting, and the outcome of the surveys. Then we'll sit down and we'll talk about A, what we want, but B, how best to arrange it in the tool, because when you're making injection molding, you have to think about different things. So like balancing the tool, so making sure you've got the right, like a similar surface area on both sides, that you've got similar flow rates of the plastic on both sides. So there's some things where we might be, okay, we want X, Y, Z. And they're like, aha, you can have XYF or YZB or something, and you're like, okay, I have to choose. So we'll have that on Wednesday. Then they'll send some quotes through. I'll put them in my master spreadsheet that, in theory, will be working by then. The idea is that I put in like some numbers in the tool information sheet, then, sorry, I'm gonna have to cough again. Man, oh man. And then the number of tiles in each different set, then it will automatically work out the surface area covered, the cost to manufacture, the selling price. Sales quantity will then tell you your production summary. So this will then tell you the number of times the tool needs to be run. So then this over here will tell you how many tiles are left over. So somewhere, maybe in the observation deck, yes, it will tell me in the future how many runs of each tool we need to do to get to the next tier that will give us the price breaks. It's going to be amazing. It's like 80% set up. So yeah, I'll be putting the quotes from the tooling into that. And then, yeah, it will be a case of like actually budgeting it into pledges for the Kickstarter and getting going. So today, I figure I'm going to talk to you about what my plans are for the Kickstarter at the moment, what the results are of the survey, which is quite exciting for me. And then we'll basically talk about, in the end, what sort of pledge levels we want, what seems interesting to you guys. And yeah, we'll take it from there. So, the goals of the Kickstarter, I figured this time round, I kind of want to do two things. I want to get new tooling and some cool new terrain shapes, so triangles, of course, because I really want to be able to build 3D and to do houses and things, and to be able to do that properly. Honestly, triangles just makes it so much better, because then you can do, like, roof pieces. Yeah, so triangles, quarter circles, pillars. Oh my god, pillars. That is going to be amazing. So when you have a tile like this and a tile like this, you have a pillar that's going to go... Man, it's kind of hard to see on my face there. You see there's that, like, that corner bit that's a little bit annoying? Pillars. They're going to fix it. So we'll get those. We'll have different size rectangles, so 2x3s, 2x4s. Wow, I typed that wrong. Yeah, so we could cover larger surface areas. So a tile with a window cut out. I thought this was going to be a thing that everyone was going to go insane for and it was going to be great. Turns out, in the, Sorry, I really wish I didn't have a cold. I'm sorry, you guys. But, the tile with a window cut out, I thought was going to be, like, super popular. Turns out in the survey, it's like, yeah, popular. So, we'll see. That may be further down our stretch goals. Tile with a door cut out. So that is this one. And I thought that one was going to be, eh. And it turns out everyone frickin' wants it. So that will be a lot higher in our priority list. Also a 4x4 tile, and then we'll see where we go. And we'll also have some new textures. So the wattle and daub, which the tooling is already being done. And I'm going to see it in the factory on Wednesday, and it's going to be really exciting. And I tell you what, just if nothing else, for me, I'm really excited about having like wattle and daub, like Tudor houses, you know, with the plaster and the wood. That's just going to make me happy. And then some roof pieces, because man, I really want to be able to build different like houses and castles. I think having like the triangle pieces and the roof pieces is going to make a big difference to what you can build. Sorry, that's my bad, as I could already do windows. Yeah. Well, no, fair. It's not your bad. It's good. Like, I really. Sorry, I didn't mute them. It's really important to me to get like feedback from you guys. So genuinely, thank you. Because what I do not want to do is, you know how between Kickstarter 1 and Kickstarter 2 there was the blip, which is where I was like, oh my god, I'm going to do rivers. They're so awesome. And the thing is, a lot of people, like, they were really cool and people liked them, but not enough people needed rivers for their games to be worth supporting the Kickstarter, if that makes sense. So this time round, I'm like, I really want to, like, do my due diligence. So especially when things crop up like this with the windows, which is different to what I expect, there's a part of me that's like, ooh. And there's also a part of me that's like a little bit smug, like, I wouldn't have known that otherwise. So no, genuinely, thank you. So yeah, new textures. And if we can, I'd like to do some other textures. So some grass or foliage, water or bricks. Sorry. Nope, we're not going to cough. We're fine. Hey! Oh, how do I pronounce that? Tlion. Tlion. I'm gonna call it Tlion, unless you say otherwise. Tile with a window. 1 by 1 may be preferable. Ah, silent T. Thank you. Okay, because a 2 by 2 with a dedicated to window seems quite limited for use for such a big tile. That's fair. So the reason I was thinking that was that way you could have, if you do a 1 by 1 tile with a hole cut out, that means the hole is going to be less than 1 inch. Whereas if you do a 2 by 2 tile with a hole cut out, then you can have the hole being exactly 1 inch. So you can have minis falling through it and stuff like that. So, you know, if you have it that way up, it's a window. That way it can become a trapdoor, that sort of thing. But I think you raise a good point that a 1 by 1 may be better. Ah, I wasn't thinking of triangular pieces as elements of 3D roof builds. Ah, sorry, I was thinking of, you know how houses have a sort of, houses have that bit? So I was thinking of triangles in that bit, but yeah. They work as end pieces for regular corridors that are awkward diagonal passageways on dungeon maps. The sort of setup you'd see on a Gygaxian map in the Temple of Elemental Evil, to use an example. Aha! That is an example that I don't know anything about. Let me just Google that real quick. Nope, wrong one. What was it? Temple of Elemental Evil map. I see what you mean. Yes. Yes, exactly that. Yes. I believe it's so it's not on an edge. Yeah. For me, I was thinking about the 1 inchness, but to be honest, you do raise a good point that you're putting, you know, you're using a big tile for something that's like, yeah, you raise a point, Lion. I'm thinking about it now and wondering if it would be better rather than to do a 2 by 2 with a hole. Hey, thank you for the follow, the Snaky Gamer. Oh, I like that username. Lots of little triangles make quite a good meandering cave. Yes. Yes, I was thinking triangles and quarter circle pieces. Now, if I was a sensible person, what I would have done is got my prototype test pieces of the triangles and the quarter circles to show you. But I did not do that. But I can always get pictures and chuck them in the Discord. I will do this afterwards. Sorry, that's my foot on the chair. That's not a fart, that is my foot on the chair. I guess if the hole can be filled with another 1 by 1, then it's still reusable. That was the idea, was that you could fill it with another 1 by 1, and then, yeah. Lies! You're right, Ads, you're right. Gosh, I wish I hadn't said that now, because you're not, and now I feel like self-conscious, because I've just... Do you know what? We're just going to leave that in the past. You sold me on the trapdoor. Oh, okay. Hey. Awesome. Oh, let me crack my knuckles at you. So, if we can, then stretch goals for different grass, water, bricks would be amazing. So what I'm doing differently this time round with the tools is that they're going to have different inserts for the textures. So the idea is that we'll have a tool that makes... let me see. So for example, this is a picture I was sent the other day of the wattle and daub. So the Tudor houses, the new wattle. And the idea is that on one half of the tool, the fixed side of the tool, will have the inside of the tile. So, you know, all the magnet holes and all of that stuff. And then the inserts will have the textures. So in this case, this is the sort of plaster and wood. And then you could take that out, remove it, and then put in one with cobblestone, for example. So it means we'll be able to use the same tool to do different textures. So each of these things costs a bunch of money. So I think this was like £2,000, I want to say, for this insert. But that means that for £2,000, we could have these in, say, grass or water or something like that. So we've got options. If we, let's say, just by some miracle, we did all of our Kickstarter, we did the main stretch goals that got us all the other extra pieces, and then we blasted through these, we could then have a bunch of extra textures for all our terrain sets, for all our tiles. So yeah. As you guys know, I sent the survey out to see what people wanted of different sets. And just to sort of illustrate it for you, these are what things look like on the survey. So the 1x1 or the 2x1, for example, we can see in our tool here. This would be a 3x1, this is a 2x1, this is a 1x1, this is a 1x1 triangle. So these two, the 3x1 and the triangle, are new, like, we haven't had terrain tiles of this shape yet. So I'm quite excited about those. I'm hoping we'll also get a 2x1 triangle and a 2x2 triangle. We'll see. A 2x2 quarter circle. So that's the trap I was talking about, but maybe. The pillars, definitely. And then, yeah, this is the 3x3 with the hole cut out for the door piece. So I might just show you the results of the survey so far. I'll just refresh in case we have any new responses. Nope. Okay, so what we have at the moment. So orange means high priority, blue means no low priority, as you can see. So this was interesting to me. So here's the thing, at the moment, it's a higher priority for people to have a 1x2 pillar than a 1x3 pillar. And this was surprising, because I was thinking, when I build vertically, I personally, will the legacy doors fit over the gap? They'll fit over the top of it, they won't fit inside it, but they'll fit over the top, so the door should open into the gap. I almost never have 3 height walls. Yeah, see, this is interesting. This is why I love doing the survey. This makes me happy, because I always practically use 3 height walls when I'm building, like when I'm doing a multi-level scene. I usually have the 3 things, because I'm like, oh, if it's too high, when you've got a roof on top and a roof underneath, I feel like I can't see inside. Whereas when it's 3 high, and there's a roof on top and a roof underneath, I feel like I've got more sight. But I see what you mean, that if you're around the outside and I'm trying to look in, when it's this high, it's too high to look in. So if I'm not building a second level, but just using them as walls, then that makes total sense. Oh, sorry, just need to cough. Let me mute. There we go. Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I often put 3x at the back and 2x at the front. Gotcha. And of course, if you're mixing 2 and 3x, like, you only need a 1x2 pillar anyway. Like a backdrop. Nice. Yes, that makes sense. Yeah, so this is one of those ones that surprised me. But as you explain it, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I guess I wonder if a lot of other people have a similar view. Could well be. So, oh, do you know what? 50% of people said oh no, that's a 1x1 trapdoor. That's fine. That I'm pretty much certain I'm going to be doing. So that is going to be the 1x1 trapdoor and the 1x2 door. The 1x2 door, sorry, I should say. The idea is that I'm going to get a new insert for this tool. So we'll have trapdoor, normal door, and then I guess just something else in these two. The trapdoor needs more results. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that a bunch more people will reply to the survey overnight, because I know I sent it out when I think a bunch of Americans are still asleep, And of course, all of like New Zealand and Australia are still asleep. So stability is a really important thing for me. Yes. 3 height sounds more susceptible to earthquake in the dungeon. What we call anyone bumping the table. Oh, I like that. I like that. Oh. It's interesting. Do you know, I find that when I have 3 height, I personally haven't found it... Again, that was my foot. I have my foot like my ankle. I'm sat on my ankle on the chair, and each time I move my ankle, it makes that noise. Yeah, anyway, it's fine. Thank you for the follow. Oh, sorry, I'm coughing now. Mrs. H. Medley, thank you for the follow, Mrs. H. Medley. I like that. Oh no, Mr. No, wait, Mrs. No, that is Mrs. I can read. English is my first language. Yeah, I don't normally find 3 height less stable unless I'm doing a 2x2 tile and a 1x1 on top. Then definitely I do find it less stable. Pillars will definitely add stability. That is the primary purpose of their design. So again, if I was a sensible person, I would have brought the samples of the pieces that I'd made that I could show off on stream. This is really annoying to me. I'm going to be posting the video in Discord later. See, I packed them when I went to Tabletop Scotland like 2 weeks ago, and I haven't unpacked them. Yeah. But yes, having the pillars definitely adds stability because it means the walls are like held fixed in place and they have magnets between the two. Yeah. If not, trapdoors could be sold later from web store as should be quick to print 50 of them. Yes, although they'll be injection molded rather than 3D printed, but yeah. I agree, 3X often feels stronger. Yes, I was about to say that, yeah. Ah, it is Mr. I didn't realise that were... Oh, I see it with a capital now. I didn't realise it was ambiguous until now. Sorry, when I look at latest follower, it's all lowercase. Mr. Schmedley. There you go. Got it. Nailed it. First time. And your point about low terrain, being able to see across the land, past walls and Coke cans. Yeah. That's why I really like the, 1x1 or 2x1 walls that are nice and short. So part of the idea with these ones that will be our wattle and daub is that you can do them upright and you can also do them long ways and flat. So you can use them, in both ways in case you want short walls. So yeah, the door, everyone except for one person wants. 2x1 roof is popular, nice. See, the 2x2 with hole for window is like, priority, but not like uber priority. Then quarter circle, somewhat prioritized. 2x1 triangle, more prioritized. 2x2 triangle, even more prioritized. And then, wood but moulded in brown plastic. So the reason I asked this is because my old tools, the ones that I had made before, have there's a 3x3 tool that does all the 3x3 tiles with all 4 textures on them. So whatever plastic you make that tool, all of the tiles are that plastic. So you see walls are in grey plastic or whatever. And I was thinking, okay, if I'm making these new tools with inserts, we'll be able to make these whatever colour we want. And I was thinking, well, we could just do a tool that includes the 2x2 and do the wooden floorboards, mould it in brown, so then people don't have to paint them. You could just do a wash and then it's done. But yeah, not a huge priority, which is interesting. Was wondering about the triangle pieces fitting with others along the hypotenuse. Yes. Dedicated side lengths or Pythagorean triples for integer length sides? Yeah, so that is a great question and it's really annoying. So what I'd love to do is be able to have new tiles, to do even more tiles, ones that fit along the hypotenuse. Trouble is it's going to cost more money for a new tool. So, for doing the tiles of those size, it's probably going to be another £8,000 UK pounds. So I think if we can get to that level of money, I would love to do that. Otherwise, what I found is that you can mostly make do with the ones you already have. And so if you've got it where it's at a triangle position, so in a 2x1, man, am I going to be able to hold this with my hands? You can you see? You can sort of see that there's like a bit on either end where it's not quite fitting. And if you have a tile on the side, then they're close enough that they connect. It's not ideal, but if that's what we can afford, then that's what we can afford, and it works enough for now, is sort of my answer to that. But I mean, if anyone has any better answers, share them. Hello from America land. Hello, Arcadian Hobgob. How are you doing? How is America land? So DNL make a lower wall, or used to, and the full height walls are more popular, but they still make the half height. Ah, interesting. Does that work with double-sided wood versus stone? Sorry, you're gonna have to remind me what that is. Because I've started talking now and I've lost something. Oh! Yes, you absolutely could, Lion. You could use a pillar to add a little to a diagonal tile. You could do this. Yes, it works with double-sided. So the way that we do it is we mould each side separately and then put them together with the magnets inside. So we would be able to mould each side. If we had so with the tools we have at the moment, because all the surfaces get moulded at once, they're just whatever colour plastic goes in. But if we have different tools with different surfaces, then we could mould the wood surface in brown plastic, the stone surface in grey plastic, and then assemble those two. And then we'd have brown on one side, grey on the other side. You could put it in some wash, and then it looks not exactly painted, but you know how Warlock call their tiles painted? It would be the same thing. Reference to the brown colouring, thank you. And I like the double-sided idea then. Hey! Yeah, I do. So I wonder if the fact that it's low priority, is it because I haven't explained the idea so people aren't envisioning that? Or is it that it's low priority to everyone? I don't know. It could be that I just haven't explained it. And, because I haven't. And then, 2x3 is like a high priority-ish. 2x4, that's interesting, isn't it? It's like everyone's medium priority. Personally, I don't care what colour, as I'm going to paint it either way. Yeah, I'm like that. I paint all my stuff. But it turns out a whole bunch of people really care. Well, no, it turns out that a whole bunch of people don't. But a lot of people talk to me and ask me to do painted sets. And, seem to really like having the option of that. But maybe this doesn't count as painted? I mean, it kind of does. For me, it's because I'm a painter and I will clean and paint each tile anyway. Yeah. Then 3x3 quarter circles are yeah. But interestingly, 2x2 quarter circles are a lot more popular than 3x3 quarter circles. That is fascinating to me, because I would have thought a 3x3 quarter circle would be more interesting to people, because you could do big towers that way. It's really difficult to create stable floating floors, so 2x4 and 4x4 is helpful. Yes, I agree. I find it hard to make stable floating, especially when you do a really large floating floor. Yeah. I'd also, if we could, I'd like to do large tiles again. But I guess this is just, would We'll take the gifts we're given, and if we get further, then excellent, but otherwise I think that'll be a future Kickstarter. It uses so much just for support. Yes. Yeah. I agree. I'm hoping that the pillars and these larger pieces are going to solve that. And then, oh yes, please let me know which surfaces you're most interested in. See, I wasn't sure about that, because this question, there is a whole bunch of surfaces, and I was thinking, I wonder if it's a bit of an annoying question with so many things to tick through, but then I also feel like I've left out a whole bunch of surfaces. So maybe I've done the worst of both worlds with this question, I'm not sure. But yeah, it seems like cobble is the most popular. And here's something that was really interesting to me, is a whole bunch of times it's cobble and flagstone. And I don't know, I've never done cobble and flagstone as the two sides. So this is an example of flagstone, and where's an example of cobble? This is an example of cobble. So yeah, I've never done a tile with these as the opposing sides, but it turns out it seems to be pretty popular. Flagstone is plain, or is it the tile, like this is flagstone, this one. So 2 seconds, I'm just gonna I did that thing where you blow your nose and you suddenly go deaf in one ear. Yeah. I'm real sorry about having this cold. Yeah. I was hoping I would be better. It's fine. Yeah, I feel cobble can be used in more places without it being too out of place. I think you're right. Because it can be used both as walls and as floor pieces. Yeah. I might have forgotten about the flagstone and thought it was blank. Gotcha. Can you edit your response? Is that a thing you're allowed to do? Well, anyway, I will endeavour to remember if not. Yeah. I'll try later. Yeah. Easy as. So, oh yeah, roof tiles are popular-ish in different sizes. I think it's going to be one of those things that you just need to decide a couple that are going to have the roof tiles. And then, because you definitely want to have some that are roof tiles in there. You just don't want them all to be. And then beyond that, it's really looking like flagstone and cobble are going to be the two options, with wattle and daub a close second on some of them. And honestly, wooden floorboards are pretty low down the list. Morning, what am I looking at? Morning, future morning? Evening? Evening, future maniac. Sorry, just let me mute myself while I cough. The Sneaky Gamer has it, the results of the survey. So, I put out a survey asking people about what terrain shapes and textures they want for the next Kickstarter. So we're going through the results that we have at the moment, although we'll have more results overnight and tomorrow, I'm sure. And then we're going to look at, I've got my Google Docs going through what we're planning for the Kickstarter, and basically I just wanted to talk about it with you guys. So yeah, that's what you're looking at the moment. Oh, dude! Sorry, I've just seen I've got a new comment. Oh, dude. No. Also, that one really made me smile. Versatile. I really like that. Yeah, so that's pretty much the end of the survey at the moment. It was only 2 questions, to be honest. Well, 3, I guess. I think it's fair, the question about water, foliage and green, lava and red. Hey! Puns! Puns bit! That is my foot! Oh my god. Right, I'm gonna stop sitting like this. It's just a bad time. Okay. That's really annoying because I like sitting like that. I need longer socks. So water, that is something that I've been asked about before, and I would like to do water, and I would like to do foliage. I think just cobbling a Kickstarter together, I like that. Yeah, I'd really like to be able to do these. So they're definitely on the stretch goals. Oh, I've put grass, but maybe grass/foliage. So yeah, we talked it through. I do wonder with this one and the like 2x2 in brown plastic or whatever, do they have a lower score than I was expecting because I didn't explain them well, or because people aren't very keen on them? Not sure. You have to think about it, because I really wanted that tile, and I'm see, I said to myself last time, I was like, no, I'm going to follow market research. I'm going to do what they say. I'm not going to intervene. I'm going to just do the thing. But I'm like, I kind of want it anyway. Yeah, I'm more keen on the trapdoor window now. Okay. Maybe it's because I didn't explain it. Are you saying 2x2 with a hole is a pit? It could be a pit. I thought it was made of 4 L-shaped tiles. Oh, I see. Right. No, the dotted lines, they were to help me see the grid, but I see what you mean. It could be a pit. So if you have it flat ways, it could be a pit. If it's up ways, it could be a wall, or I should learn to explain. It could. The idea is it could be either. So we're also going to get onto snap-on scenery, which will perhaps mean that the one with the hole in it is less exciting. So sorry, just needed something cold. So the idea with the snap-on scenery, right. This is my favourite thing ever, and I'm really excited for it. So flaming torches, again, left at the house. Wish I hadn't done that, but there we go. Bookshelves, so let's use this piece for example. You could just snap on the bookshelf. Move it around. So you could have floating bookshelves and windows that you can... I thought the trapdoor was going to be snap-on. So I wasn't... I mean, you could do. Nah, I like the trapdoor being able to open. I really liked the openingness. But I mean... And then, yeah, so there's windows that could be like this, or jaily kind of windows. Wait, am I showing right? Or kind of fancy house windows. Again, I really wish that I'd brought all the pieces up here. You aren't changing magnet positions to get this snap-on stuff to work. Am I not? I'm adding magnets. Well, I'm adding the positions for magnets throughout the inside of the thing. What we do about adding magnets, we really need to think about, because the more magnets are in each tile, the more expensive each tile is. And so the more expensive the pack is. And the thing is, people often feel that they often say they're not bothered about price, they'd prefer the more magnets, but when it actually comes to buying it, they go, oh, or I could just knock tenner off the price and go for the cheaper one. So I was wondering about doing 2 tiers and selling it as with the normal amount of magnets, and for £10 extra or however much extra it works out, you can have it with all the magnets, so it's got all the magnets on the inside that just make it even easier to do the snap-on scenery. Because at the moment, as you say, they're the magnets are around the edge. So this one is snapping to a magnet in this edge, but if you tried to do it right in the middle with these tiles at the moment, it falls off. But with the tiles with the extra magnets in, it would just snap and it would be fine. So what about a snap-on support so you can have a character climbing a wall? So I often put metal washers in the bottom of my minis and then they can just snap onto the wall. But a ledge. So characters can climb a wall. Wow. Let's lowercase that t because that will annoy me. Wow, and get rid of the 5. Then it's a combination kit. Walls plus snap-on stuff and you'll work out the prices and combinations. Can you explain that again to me? Because see, in my head I've got like the normal terrain set and then the normal terrain set plus the snap-on scenery. And then I've got normal terrain set plus extra magnets. Are you saying also you could do a normal terrain set plus the extra magnets plus the snap-on scenery? Because that makes sense to me. And you just work out the extra price. So I'm just going to have another... I've got some like frozen fruit for the sore throat. It's great. You only need a few of the advanced magnet ones, I guess. Yeah, that's true. If you knew which ones they were, you could like deliberately put them there or there because you're like, oh, I know the flaming torch is going to go there or that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because I've been thinking of either normal amount of magnets or extra amount of magnets, but I guess you could do half and half. The only annoying thing is that if you've got a set that's like half normal magnets, half extra magnets, is it going to be frustrating that you're not going to be able to tell which is which unless you feel by weight, I suppose. Do you remember how many hours, days it took to work out if the magnets were working in the last Kickstarter? More magnets, more quality control. Yes, this is true. But first things, I am not working with that manufacturer. That is not a thing. I'm moving to a different manufacturer, so we are not going to have to deal with those issues anymore, I hope. So that is one thing, and I'm paying a significant amount more for the moulding at this new manufacturer's. So the idea is that you're paying more, so the quality is more. We'll find out. But also, the idea is... So this is where some of the Kickstarter is betting a bit on me, is that I'm making an automatic production line. So it's... The way it's going to end up is... You ever seen those people that have like model trains in their office or whatever and the trains go round? Well, I'm going to have the same thing but with conveyor belts. And it's going to be that tiles are going in, then going on, and then magnets are going in, and the other tile half is going in, and all of that like around the office. And I've designed the robots that need to be done in order to make it. I've made the magnet inserter and took a bit of tinkering to get it right, but so far it's working great for putting magnets all around the outside. Like literally you press a button and the magnets go in and it's lovely. So that saves a lot of time and a lot of quality control and is a lot more precise than paying humans to do it. But I haven't got the entire production line set up, so there is a chance that I just fuck it up. I don't think I will, and I think I've got the hardest part done, but yeah. So yeah, there is a question of whether that will take more time. In theory, it should take a lot less time because it will be done automatically. I have your tiles, but I can't snap the snap-on stuff to those. You can't snap the snap-on stuff to them? So I'd have to buy extra magnet walls. And that's okay, it'll be down to demand. Fair. The paint job determines which pieces are extra magnet pieces, you're right. Hey, question your mum? Hit me. You can't snap the snap-on stuff. Is that because the magnets aren't... What's... Have you tried? Sorry, I'm asking genuinely because I'm wondering if there's a problem here, because it has been working fine for me, but just not in the centre. But the way you've phrased that makes me wonder if there's a problem with your tiles, or if you're meaning that because you'd want it in the centre, so you want the extra magnets. Oops. Yeah. Look forward. Yeah. And then, oh yeah, just in general while we wait. So scenery pieces to stick on walls, flaming torches, bookshelves, windows, picture frames. A bear trap. Are you sticking a bear trap onto the walls, Annabelle? Probably not. A bear trap is probably going to go on the floor. Spinny blade traps, which do make me incredibly happy in a sort of nasty DM kind of way. Wow, yeah, the lighting at this time of day is rubbish. Like angry spinny blades that you then just stick on. So yeah, some of those. Oh, I have got trapdoor as scenery that sticks onto walls. Well, okay. There you go, ads. Then God, I said I wasn't going to sit in this position, didn't I? It's fine. I'm just going to let it go. Oh, I get it. You were saying that tiles from the earlier Kickstarter do take the snap-on items. Yes. I thought the snap-on stuff would need these new extra magnet tiles you were planning. Ah! Yes, that's right. The extra magnet tiles will hold the snap-on stuff even better, but the old stuff will still... So this is an old tile from the second Kickstarter. So this is the sort of tile that you'll have had. And so the magnet is there that it's snapping to. So it can snap to the side, but it can't snap in the centre because there's no magnet in the centre. So the new Kickstarter with the extra magnets, it would be able to snap there as well. But with the old Kickstarter, it can still snap, you know, around the edges in different ways. Oh yeah, there you go. Ooh, can I raise a fire pit fish pond? Oh, yes. Yes, it's a good question, ads. It's a good question. Go on, hit me. Ah, no water left. Yes, exactly. I still want it. Yep, that's fair. That's fair. I was wondering if this one would sort of do enough. Yeah. Because I would like it too. The problem, the thing I'm thinking about with it is that I won't be able to do it with a normal tool. Like, I'll need to have a special inside half of the tool because the ads is talking about... Come on. Oh, man. One of these tiles. So, oh, man. You can kind of see it. It's got like an indented bit with bricks around the outside. And that was a part of the add-ons in the last Kickstarter. And they were 3D printed in the end, which never again. She says, considering 3D printing this time round. But You're deciding between a tile with a hole in the floor so it can be a window or a fancy snap-on window. Well, I was hoping I could have both, but whether we get a tile with the hole in the floor, I think honestly it depends how more of the responses go, because if we get more people going, oh, that sounds cool, yeah, I'd like that, then I'm more likely to try and put it in for the tool and have that as well as the snap-on windows. Or if people continue being like, yeah, it's cool, but there are other things I like better, then to be honest, I'll probably just go with the snap-on windows. And yeah, ads, it's a fair point. I don't know, because I'd have to design a different tool on the inside, because you need to move around different, like, the clipping mechanism and things on the inside in order to have space to do the indented bit. So it would be quite expensive to do for just the one tile. But I do like it. Do you think the models will ever be purchasable? Good question. So, the scenery, yes. So if we scroll down to organising it into pledge levels, for the scenery, the STLs will definitely be purchasable as part of the Kickstarter and then through the website. STLs for the actual tiles, like these chaps, no, I don't think so. Because from what I've heard from other small business owners, as soon as you sell an STL or a digital file, it's on Reddit or it's being shared and then that's it. And the thing is, the magnetic system is quite important to me and it's something I'd like to protect. So I can't do it as an STL without risking a whole bunch of the foundation of my business. So yeah, for the tiles, they're not going to be STLs. But for the scenery, yes. Very fair. A. Oh yeah, and when we were looking at things to stick to the wall, the lever. This is just a little... So it's like a lever that sticks, and then if your players pull it, you just move it upside down. It makes me happy. And I really like the thing that you can just you can literally just stick them onto the wall. So you can have everything just flat pack, and when you build it up, you can if a player spots it with a perception check, you can put it on, or if you're just building up the thing, I just like the idea that you can really reuse everything. So, oh yeah, and the picture frames, what I want them to be is picture frames that you can take the picture out and put a different picture in. That's the idea. The trouble is, if you do that, it makes the moulding really irritating. But I want to do it, so I think I'll figure a way to make it work. We'll see. And then don't stick to the walls, but kind of cool, and I want them, is a toilet. Bed, chairs, basically tavern stuff and treasure. Just a frame with no back? Well, it needs a back because I need to be able to stick the metal or whatever it will be to snap onto the scenery. So it needs to have some sort of back. Yeah, tavern stuff. Bear trap. Do you not have a bear trap in your tavern? Just, in the hallway? Mimics. Mimics everywhere. Do you want a mimic? Because I feel like there are a lot of mimics out there. Am I adding much by bringing in a mimic? I don't know. You might say yes. This might be one of those things where I do market research and you guys are like, yeah, no, I want a mimic. Because I in my head, I'm like, mimics, you can get really good ones online. Why? But then I suppose in that vein, you could say you can get a really good bed online or whatever. Mimic toilet scared the shit out of me. Bubums. It's a sign of a good toilet. Yeah, and stretch goals, I'd like to do jail windows, tapestries, wanted posters, a vault door, jail beds. Oh yeah, jail beds are like these chaps, you know, like gross beds with straw coming out of them. Experiment table, kitchen stuff, cabinet, squat pillars. Right, squat pillars, I have not explained very well, but basically I'm imagining a pillar that you would use for support, so like a sort of 1 inch wide pillar or something. So like, I don't know. Man, I really, do you know, I thought I was organised for this stream, and it turns out that I left a whole bunch of stuff down at the house. But if you imagine like that sort of size, shape as a pillar, those sort of, yeah, used for supports. Stuffed human head mount. Stuffed dragon head wall mount. Oh, could do. I tell you what, who does do really good dragon head wall mounts is Bad Squiddo Games, because she has a thing with like dragon head mounts. Actually, I think I've got a half painted one over here. Yeah, these. So to be honest, I could do dragon head wall mounts, but I honestly think Annie might have already done a really good job on that one. But I mean, maybe. But honestly, I'd recommend Annie's. She does a really good one. Owlbear rug. Well, I don't have an owlbear rug, but I have been. So this is like just a general. Wow. Just a general fur rug. Maybe I'll put some pictures up in Discord. Do you think if you do like an owlbear rug, is that infringing on D&D's copyright? I don't know. Oh, something I made for myself. I haven't put as stretch goals, but I really like them. Maybe you will. So maybe these will be stretch goals if you guys are interested. They're like screaming plants. So the idea is that you have the plant in a pot on your windowsill, and if someone tries to break in, they scream as burglar alarm. Basically, it's my way of flavouring the alarm spell for hags. Nope, they don't own the owlbear. Ah, there you go. I think I'd probably do a normal fur rug before I did an owlbear rug, because I feel like you can paint a fur rug to be many, many different creatures, whereas an owlbear is like an owlbear. But yeah. So those are my sort of ideas for snap-on scenery. What do you guys think? Like, are there things that are on the list and you're like, I'm not really that bothered by? Or are there things that you're like, oh, I'd actually really like to be on the list? Like a support ledge. Must run, radio show, have fun, we'll catch up. See you later, ads. Have a good time. Enjoy your radio broadcasting. See you later. Thank you, Nightbot. I appreciate that. Does Snap-on support like a ledge? I'm just wondering how you do that. Would you do it like... Sorry, I'm just drawing. Are you imagining it like a aha inverted L? So more like this one then. Because the option was that or this, which is just a sort of like quarter sphere, I guess, but made to look like a rock or something. And then that will be just like a wooden L-E thing. Oh, or an L, just like without the support brace in the middle. Whatever is least visible. I think that one would be least visible. That one might be most versatile because you could both use it as a support for a character or a support in like if you're building, like if you're doing 3D building. Transparent would be best. Ooh, that I cannot promise. Especially if we're putting like magnets inside, because then you just see the magnets. Unless you just did that as a separate thing. Ah, flaming torch sconce, but maybe an unlit well. Might not be much demand. They're trying to think of regular dungeon stuff. No, that's fair. My else corner supports are so useful. See, yeah, I'd like some. I'd really like some. And what I'm wondering with that... Oh, one you could put a battery in? I'm not sure. What's the context here? Like, what kind of battery and why? Depending, maybe. Oh, for the torch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think not this time round, because the Kickstarter's launching in 5 weeks and I don't have time. But I hear you and I love the idea. And I have an idea that I want to do glowing flaming torches that won't need batteries inside. And I have an idea of how to do it. It's just that actually making it happen is quite expensive. So maybe that might be a future Kickstarter. But I like the idea. I like it. I want a glowing castle. I want all the cool shit. I think I know. I bet you do. It's not that crazy. It used to be that exciting an idea when I first had it, but now it's been like 5 years and it's like, you know, almost standard. But yeah, in general, does my scenery sound good to you? Am I missing anything really obvious? Is there anything like, yeah, are there any of these that you're like, I'm really not bothered about the stairs, or I don't care about picture frames or something, is there? Oh, I was wondering about arrow slits. Arrow slits would be fun. Like, where are you? Here you are. With the idea that you could just, to make a little, to turn something into a castle or whatever. A mixed box of scenery would be great. They all have their uses. Yes, I was hoping to do like a mixed box. So, yeah. Ideally, fingers crossed, we'll get all of these and then we'll blast through all of our stretch goals and the mixed box of scenery will also include all of these. Plus, who knows, maybe a bit more. That's the plot. So then we come to organising it all into pledge levels. So the pledge levels I was sort of playing with in my mind is to have a pledge that's STLs only, because I know people have 3D printers, and honestly, getting STLs is great because you don't have to pay for, like from my end, I don't have to pay for shipping, I don't have to deal with sending it out. It's like people buy it and then they get it and then it's theirs, and it's like I don't have to think about it. So I'm very in town for the STL pledge. Then the wall set I was going to do, because my golly, the amount of people that just want walls, and to be honest, it makes total sense, because you might have already bought like PDF battle maps or something and you just want the walls as like 3D or something. So I was going to do a wall set, Sap on Scenery set for folks that just want the scenery, a tavern / dungeon. So I was going to do like a really cool set that's going to be like a tavern on top with all the snap on scenery, and then I was going to do a one shot going along with it. So I've been like, I've written a decent amount of it, because what I'm not going to do is what I did last time and pay someone else to do it, because I mean it was fine, but I'm going to write it and it's going to be great and it'll work with all the maps and it's going to be awesome. So yeah, it was going to be a tavern on one side with all the snap on scenery, and then a dungeon underneath, so you then reuse the tiles to rebuild the dungeon and reuse all the snap on scenery and stuff. So that was going to be a set. Probably do a painted tier because people often ask about it. Then a retail tier for shops. Do I need another tier? Do you think there needs to be something else, or leave it as is? Because beyond that, all the triangle pieces or quarter circles, I was going to do it that people could buy them on their own as like add-ons to the Kickstarter, but as actual pledge levels, I was thinking of keeping it at these ones. What do you reckon? Another pledge? And I'll just finish these frozen fruit. One, two, three, four, five. See, they do say you should aim for between 3 to 5 pledge levels. I don't know if one is a retail tier. Does that count as a pledge level? Because it's for retailers? Is there an all-in level? No, there isn't. That is a good point, Vit. Yes, that is a good point. Oh, sorry, I'm just gonna cough and... Yeah, maybe an STLs, walls, snap on scenery, tavern / dungeons, all in retail tier. That's going to be a relatively small level. That's going to be a medium to high. That's going to be a very high. Yeah, maybe those are our price tiers. So the wall set, I'm thinking of trying to base it around 40 to 50 quid. I mean, it depends how many wall pieces we can fit inside a set for that price. Actually, while I've got you here, I'll ask you guys, in a wall set, what would you... So, this is me starting to price it up a bit. This is cost to manufacture, but it doesn't include, like, paying me or paying mum or whatever. Would wall include roofs? So what I was thinking was, for the wall set, it would just be walls, so either cobblestone and wattle and daub, or wattle and daub on both sides, or cobblestone on both sides. And then probably either the tavern or the add-ons would have the roofs, because what I was thinking for the wall set is sometimes people buy the walls and they're just after walls. Sorry, by the way, the numbers in there are absolute rubbish. I've just been making up numbers to test the formula, to see if it works. Some people just want the walls because they've already got like PDF maps, or they bought a map book or something, and they just want the walls to add some 3D-ness, but they're not going to build roofs. Yeah. So probably the wall set would not include roofs. It would like literally just be walls. Walls are probably my biggest go-to. Yeah, I think for a lot of people, which makes it really sucky that the tools that I have at the moment don't produce wall pieces in enough quantities. It's okay. I'm not salty. I'm very salty. Yeah, so I was thinking of doing some cobblestone on one side, wattle and daub on the other, and some wattle and daub on both sides because they might be inside walls, you know? Maybe some cobblestone on both sides? Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Oh, we got another survey answer. Oh, look at that. Look at that. And then, sorry, hang on. Hey. Yep, wooden door still very much priority. Nice. See, that is interesting. I'm so surprised that that is so popular. I really didn't think that one would be super popular. That is more popular than the 4x4 tile. I just was not expecting that at all. That is nuts to me. I prefer different sides for flexibility. Yes, fair. Not sure I have a view. Also fair. It's a pun that just keeps on giving. It does, doesn't it? It really does. Interesting. And it seems like 2x1 people really want wooden floorboards, which is fair. I would want that, actually. Yeah. Well, I tell you what. I have got a raging sore throat, and I've run out of water. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it there for tonight. Thank you guys so much. This has been so helpful for me. Like, genuinely, so helpful just to talk it through, to look at the survey responses, hopefully get some more so I'll get like more of an idea of stuffs. Then, oh, I'll send some pictures through of what I was talking about in Discord. Then, sorry, gonna cough. Wednesday, factory visit. I'll let you know how it goes. And we'll have another stream, maybe at the end of the week, maybe at the start of next week. We'll see how quickly the quotes come in, where I'll input all the quotes into that master spreadsheet and we can start like playing with what packs to make. Hey, it's been so much fun. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you. Eee. Oh man, I can't believe we're getting on the Kickstarter train again. Okay, right. I am going to get a drink of water. I hope you have lovely evenings, nights, days, afternoons, mornings, whatever it is. Oh, hey, Dad. Wait, before we go, I need to put some dad emotes. Our overgrown dwarf. Been lurking as speaker wasn't working. Oh, gosh. No, sorry. Well, thank you for the lurk. Thanks, Dad. See, oh, thank you for the sub. Thank you, the Snaky Gamer. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Take care. Oh, thank you, Starman. Oh, welcome in. And thank you for the lurk. Hey, Amanishta. Oh, thank you. Cheers. And thank you for the lurk. Oh, you guys. I will. Thank you. Have good evenings. See you guys again soon. Okay. Love you. Bye.